I say to this day, and I do it based on my reaction. Obviously, this is personal. I say it's the greatest knockout of all time. First time I ever stood up, I couldn't sit down. I was standing up. I was just like, oh!
I saw that. I saw you stand up. That's the first time.
It was just, what?
In the last 6 rounds with AJ, in my opinion, he won 4 of them. People will argue that he at least won 3.
But will you take care of me forever and ever?
When Anthony Joshua finally delivered a crushing 6th-round knockout to end Jake Paul's run in their long-awaited heavyweight clash, Joe Rogan's live reaction captured the shockwave across combat sports. Rogan, who had warned repeatedly about Joshua's one-punch danger, reacted instantly as the blow landed, framing it not merely as a fight-ending finish, but as a moment destined to rank among boxing's most brutal and unforgettable knockouts in recent modern history.
Come full steam ahead 100 miles an hour, or Jake would have moved around the ring at 100 miles an hour. There's 2 things I would have done. Tried to shut Jake down at 100 miles an hour, or I would have gone on the back foot. So Jake decided to move around the ring, and I decided...
The bout, billed as Judgment Day, was scheduled for 8 3-minute heavyweight rounds, with Joshua entering as the clear favorite thanks to elite experience and a major size edge. At 6'6" and roughly 243 pounds, he outweighed Paul's 216. After cautious early rounds, Joshua took control, dropping Paul repeatedly in the 5th, then sealing it with a brutal 6th-round knockout at 131, a crushing right-hand forcing the referee's stoppage that ended the fight decisively that night.
Anthony Joshua. Paul was sturdy for the first couple of rounds, but as the fight went on, the more experienced Joshua began to take control. After continuously connecting in the 5th round, it was only a matter of time before it was over. In the 6th, Joshua went on to knock out Paul with a big right hand. Joshua improved his career record to 29-4 now. Paul loses for the 2nd time in his career to
Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul became one of the year's most discussed fights, driven by big personalities and the sharp contrast it exposed between classic heavyweight boxing and today's social media-fueled influencer fight culture.
Performance by Jake, brother. Come on, bro. He's a fucking legend for that. He has such big balls getting in the ring with that guy, dude. Josh was a monster. He stayed in it the whole time, and I'm really proud of Jake, dude. All my respect to him, bro. Whatever outcome. I mean, dude, he went 6.5 rounds with Anthony Joshua, one of the best in the world. So I got nothing but respect.
And got up like 2 times?
No, it was sick.
Talk about that. I mean, there's been other heavyweights that have felt that right hand who haven't got up.
Nagano, so many people, bro. The overhand right. Jake's got a tough chin, dude. I think he does whatever he wants after this. He just has such big balls, dude. He had to keep moving. That was the only strategy. People are gonna say he ran around the ring. They don't know. They don't understand fucking boxing.
He showed a ton of heart, right? What's next for Jake Paul? Where does he go?
For Joshua, a former 2-time unified heavyweight champion, entered as an overwhelming favorite. Paul, the YouTuber turned boxer, built a boxing audience through his platform despite criticism, but few believed he had a real chance against elite heavyweight power.
Some people believe in fairy tales. Whoever believed that Jake Paul was going to win, that was an absolute fairy tale. I've got a friend in a group message that said, I just put $20 on Jake Paul to win. I was like, bro, you just wasted your money. There was never a world in which Jake Paul was going to beat Anthony Joshua. It was always a matter of how the fight would end. So I watched all the pundits talking about the fight, even Rosendo, my boxing coach. I was like, does Anthony Joshua represent boxing? Everybody from that world felt like Anthony Joshua was representing boxing. And as the fight started to go on, first off, he was representing boxing, so they wanted him to get the job done. All right, first and foremost. You can't lose to a guy that's perceived to be a YouTuber, even though today, Jake Paul is more boxer than YouTuber. I've said this time and time again. When you have resources, when you can spend $1 million a year on training camps, housing, food, coaches, this is not recreational anymore. He's a boxer. He's just not a boxer at that level. I ran into his brother in New York City, and I said to Logan, what parameters are in place, Logan? What safeguards do they have to make sure that Anthony Joshua doesn't hurt your brother? He said there are none. He goes, they're going to just straight fight. So in that regard, you got to give credit.
After the fight, Anthony Joshua spoke honestly about his performance, saying that despite scoring a 6th-round knockout, it wasn't his sharpest night. He felt he could have done more, admitting he struggled early to land clean shots and couldn't trap Jake Paul as fast as expected. Joshua called it a win, not a true success, stressing he still has significant improvement ahead in his career moving forward from this fight.
I'm better is a lot of things, 100%. In the fight game, you've seen the amazing fighters that have graced us over the last 100 years, and the expectations that we put on ourselves are immense, but I tried my best. Jake done well while it lasted, but if you remember what I said in the interview with Cameron is, fighting's not just physical, it's psychological. And when you understand the psychological warfare, I did say to you is that, Jake, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna see a time when I'm gonna take your soul and you're either gonna give up or you're gonna...
Despite the knockout, Joshua praised Jake Paul's heart and toughness, noting that although he finished the fight in the 6th round, Paul kept rising after knockdowns and continued competing against a far more seasoned former champion. Joshua added that few fighters would step up to face an opponent of his level, and that Paul's determination to keep pushing through difficult moments earned genuine respect.
AJ's won 6 rounds, he kind of dismantled him, he took his time. How do you see it?
Yeah, it was a frustrating 2-3 rounds maybe, because Jake was moving so much, holding, but did well, I thought. I mean, I was impressed with him. I mean, I was more impressed with his toughness, because I think that last shot would have knocked out most heavyweights. I mean, I know
he broke his jaw.
Yeah, I know, it knocked him out,
Knocked
but he
his
was
teeth
not
out.
unconscious. You know, I mean, look, he may not come back from it. If he has broken his jaw, it's a big injury to come back from.
Well, there's pictures of him in hospital right now.
Well, listen, you've got to respect him, because he did what many people wouldn't do, which was get in the ring with him. And, you know, he didn't, I know he run and hold, but he also let his hands go at times. And he was in the firing line, and, you know, we got 6 good rounds in the end of actual work.
Is that how you see it in the end?
Yeah, I actually think it's a positive, because, you know, we could have gone in there and got it all over with 45 seconds. He's done an 8-week camp, and now he's done 6 rounds. He's got something to go back on.
Paul suffered a broken jaw in his 6th round knockout defeat. After Joshua landed a powerful right hand to finish the fight, Paul, bloodied, said in the post-fight interview he believed his jaw was broken, which was later confirmed medically.
Logan, what's up, man? What's your reaction to it?
I'm just so proud of him. My mom has it.
Your brother fought his ass off, man.
Yeah,
I mean, other heavyweights have taken that right hand and only took 1.
I'm just so proud of him. That was incredible. In my view, that was a victory on all fronts.
Right.
Like, minus the actual victory, obviously, of course, but bro, like, no one expected him to last 6 rounds with AJ. In my opinion, he won 4 of them. People will argue that he at least won 3. No one expected him to last that long. Rolled his ankle, broke his jaw, still fucking fighting, man. Like, that's toughness. You know, most people wouldn't have the balls ever to step in a boxing ring in their life. He stepped in a boxing ring with one of the baddest men on the planet, who's 40 pounds heavier than him and 6 inches taller. That's insane. He's one of the most skilled fighters on the planet. My brother, as a fucking YouTuber, went 6 rounds with him in a fight with a broken jaw and rolled ankle. I'm so proud of him. That was just unbelievable.
I saw you talking crap to AJ at one
Bro, I
point.
was trying to get his head. I think I pissed him off. I was just saying fuck that shit. I love AJ.
Yeah.
But bro,
I saw you going down the fight game.
I was talking so much. But I just pissed him off. Then he broke my brother's jaw.
Jake leaned into his trademark bravado with a defiant post, sharing an X-ray image revealing a double broken jaw. He wrote, "Double broken jaw, give me Canelo in 10 days. Medical scans confirmed fractures in 2 places. He even drove himself to the hospital after the fight for treatment. Doctors estimated recovery at 4 to 6 weeks, and Paul later shared updates online, confirming the injury and thanking fans for their support.
Nikita, just down here, Jeffrey from the Sun. Just to follow up on Jake, he said he broke his jaw in the aftermath. Has he gone to hospital? What's the health update on Jake?
Yeah, we think he broke his jaw. He's fine. We met with Netflix afterwards. He took a shower. He drove himself to the hospital. A broken jaw is very common in sports, particularly in boxing or MMA. And I think the recovery time from the doctors and surgeons we've already talked to is...
Nikita Badarian praised Jake Paul's heart, durability, and strategy, noting he performed impressively against one of heavyweight boxing's most feared punchers and even won a few early rounds. He stressed, however, that Paul's loss wasn't due to lack of skill, but the significant size and weight gap. Joshua's heavier frame and strength drained Paul's energy, allowing the former champion to land powerful, shots that led to the knockout. The Darian emphasized Paul's effort deserved respect despite the defeat.
That's what happened. And ultimately, Jake Paul lasted a lot longer than anyone said he was going to. And I haven't seen the official scorecards. I don't know if anyone else has, but I think he might have won a round or two or even three. He was doing tremendously well in there against a person who is vastly more skilled, vastly larger, vastly more powerful. And he did it on 4 weeks preparation.
What would you like to see next for Jake?
I'd like him to take a beat, relax, and then think about when he's gonna fight next. You know, we talked about June, July timeframe. He loves this sport. He loves MVP. He loves the athletes. He loves giving them platform and push. This young lady right here, the whole time when I was talking to her, I said, what do you think? She goes, Jake's gonna win. I believe in him. He can do whatever he wants to do. That's the kind of family that we're building at MVP. It's a fighter-first organization. You guys saw our weigh-in yesterday. That stuff costs a lot of money, but we want to put on the best brand for these fighters to show the world